In the dawn of creation, while the world still breathed innocence, God formed Adam from the dust and placed him in a garden overflowing with life. The garden was planted eastward in Eden, a sanctuary shaped by divine hands. The garden was alive with beauty beyond words. From the ground, the Lord God caused every tree that is pleasant to the eyes and good for food to grow. Their branches stretched toward the heavens, heavy with fruit that shimmered in color and sweetness. The air carried peace. The soil knew no curse. Every step Adam took echoed with harmony. In the midst of the garden, God placed two sacred trees, the tree of life, radiant with eternal promise, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, silent, solemn, and set apart. From Eden flowed a river, watering the garden, then parting into four great rivers carrying life to the world beyond. The first was Pishon, passing through the land of Havilah, where gold gleamed, pure and precious. The second was Gihon, passing through the whole land of Ethiopia. The third was Hiddekel, running towards the east of Assyria. And the fourth river was Euphrates. God took Adam and placed him in this garden to tend it and to keep it. Then the Lord God gave a command, gentle yet firm.
Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it, ye shall surely die.
Then God decided to create woman as man's suitable helper and the missing piece to a man's heart, for he saw that it was not good for man to be alone. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and from his side he took a rib, and God formed woman. When Adam awoke and beheld her, his voice trembled with wonder.
This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken from man. And it pleased Adam. They were both naked and were not ashamed. But somewhere in the garden lurked deception. Among all the creatures of the field was one more subtle, more wise, more alluring than the rest, crafted with beauty and intelligence beyond the beasts. His voice carried persuasion like silk wrapped around a blade. He spoke to the woman, saying,
Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Eve answered, repeating God's words, saying,
Of all the tree we may freely eat, but of the tree of good and evil ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Yet curiosity trembled beneath her voice. The serpent leaned closer, wisdom twisted into deception.
You shall not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like gods, knowing good and evil.
She looked upon the tree and realized that it was indeed good for food, pleasant to the eyes, and desirable to make one wise. At this moment, desire overcame obedience. She took the fruit, she ate, then gave it to Adam, and he ate. In that moment, the world broke. They became like gods, knowing good and evil. Their eyes were opened, not to glory, but to shame. They knew they were naked, and fear entered where peace once lived. They sewed fig leaves together, desperately trying to cover what innocence once ignored. Then they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid. God called out to Adam, not because he did not know, but because his heart grieved.
Where are you? Adam trembled and said,
I heard your voice in the garden and was afraid because I was naked and hid myself.
God knew that they were afraid and ashamed, and because of this, he asked,
Who told thee that thou wast naked?
Blame followed sin. The woman blamed the serpent. The man blamed the woman, and the serpent stood still. Then judgment fell, heavy and final. To the serpent, God declared humiliation and defeat.
On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life.
To the woman, sorrow would now follow life.
I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception.
To Adam, the earth itself would mourn.
Cursed is the ground for your sake. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground.
Because of sin, man was driven out from the garden. Because of disobedience, paradise was lost. Cherubim were placed east of the garden, and a flaming sword turned every way, guarding the tree of life. And so humanity fell, not by force, but by choice, not by ignorance, but by desire. From dust they were formed, to dust they shall return. Yet even in sorrow, God's breath still lingered, waiting for redemption yet to come. This is the true story about the fall of humanity. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more animated Bible stories from Genesis to Revelation. God bless you.